It is time now for Truth or Fake, our daily fact-checking segment in coordination with the France 24 Observers. I'm here in the studio with Catalina Marchin-Diabreu. And Catalina, today we're going to be debunking some claims that mass graves have been found that were found in Izium have actually been staged. Tell us more about what's being said.
Indeed, Tom. The images we're going to debunk today, we've seen on the news of the mass graves found in Izium, Ukraine, where more than 400 bodies were found on September 16th, as the Kremlin swiftly dismissed these mass burial discoveries as lies. So it's no surprise that after this day, many pro-Russian accounts shared misinformation online regarding these mass graves. Notably, this Twitter account by the Russian embassy in South Africa claiming that these mass graves are staged or not real. This post is from September 19th, claiming that the head of a Ukrainian presidential office published a photo with graves of Ukrainian civilians in Izium, putting the blame for their deaths on Russian troops. Look at the date of the death, 9 March 2022. This indicates yet another fake Ukrainian propaganda because troops entered Izium weeks later, hence indicating that these graves right here do not belong to the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, even though Russia's invasion began at the end of February. Nonetheless, this misinformation has been shared many times on social media. Here we have another Twitter claiming that Kyiv and its calculation errors by preparing a new Bucha. The date of death is indicated on the graves, March 9th. The Russians took Izium on April 1st, therefore claiming once again that it's not possible that these killings could belong to the Russian occupation, posts with the intention of confusing and spreading misinformation. Tom?
Yeah, we see this now increasingly. It's the same old playbook, isn't it, all the time? The Russians and the Assad regime playing that same old card of let's confuse everybody. We can well confirm, can't we, that the mass graves in Izium are real. How did you manage to debunk this information that these pro-Russian bots have been sharing?
We can well confirm that these mass graves do exist. In this particular case, we have our first strand of proof with these satellite images of the entrance of the cemetery in Izium, the forest cemetery. These are satellite images of the cemetery from March 2022 and August 2022. Let's take a closer look at these satellite images. Here are satellite images of the cemetery in March 2022, and here are satellite images of the entrance. This is only the entrance of the cemetery in August 2022. If we take a quick look, we can already see how in the images of August right here, the cemetery already seems more condensed. And just taking a closer look, we can also see that many graves were added onto the cemetery from August. For example, here, these are graves. Right here, these are graves. Right here, these are graves as well. While in the images of the cemetery in March 2022, we can only see this dirt road right here with no graves in it. So we could just see the evolution of the cemetery in a span of 6 months from March to August.
The graves in the photo that the pro-Russia accounts were posting, who do they actually belong to?
Indeed, we haven't been able to independently verify this information, but according to Ukrainian sources, the graves that we see in the photos marked March 9th, 2022, belong to a family that passed away due to Russian attacks on this date. In this article, close sources to this family confirm that this family went missing back in March and that the building they lived in was in fact a target of Russian aerial attacks from March 9th, 2022. And one of the victims from these attacks was only about 5 or 6 years old. Tom?
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed for that. Our daily edition of Truth or Fake. Catalina Marchin-Diabreu, thank you.